Hey guys, Papa Pete here. May always brings the start of a new yard sale season here where I live, and I've decided to try to really work hard to get as much as I can out of the yard sales this summer. They always have a big yard sale, town-wide yard sale in the town of St. Andrews, which isn't too far away from where we live. I went down there that day and got quite a few good pickups, so I'd like to share with you today. Thanks for stopping by.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Okay guys, before I get into the stuff I picked up at the yard sale, I thought I had one pickup that I wanted to share with you, which was pretty neat really. I talk about video games and stuff at work once in a while, and a buddy I work with who used to be into it a little bit, but not so much anymore. Plus he had kids which have gotten older and moved away. He was cleaning out his house and he found some of the old games from, well, not games, but systems from, when the kids were younger. And he said, I'm just going to get rid of it. Do you want to have it? So I said, absolutely. And he showed up with a nice PS1. One memory card, two in it, so 3 memory cards. And 1 DualShock and 1 regular controller. All in pretty good shape. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but you know what? No problem there. I'll clean it all up. Something that was really interesting I found about it, he didn't have any games. I do know that he was a guy who was into, playing around with computers and understood modding things. And when I took a look inside, blank disk. So that tells me there's probably a mod chip inside this, so I can play burnt games if I have to, for whatever reason. If I can't, if I want to try out one of the games that I have or that I don't have, and I just want to try it out before I get it. So it's always good to get one that's already modded as well. St. Andrews is a beautiful little town, right on the sea. It was a beautiful Saturday morning. I went down about 6:30. I took off to get down there, and it was absolutely beautiful. Pretty cool. It was only about probably 50 degrees. We call it 6 or 7 degrees here, but that's about 50 Fahrenheit. It warmed up. It was hot by the end of the day, but what a beautiful day just to troll around. And it's a small little town, but about every other house has a yard sale that particular day on the long weekend. So here's some of the stuff I got. A couple of things I picked up that aren't really directly game related, but are indirectly game related. I was really kind of happy to see. I walked into one yard sale and there was no games, there's no systems. But what I did see was a pretty sturdy tripod. So this is going to help me. I have one tripod. I find it kind of flimsy, the one I'm using right now. But this one, when I picked it up, it's a little sturdier. I don't know if it's any sort of name, Safari 200S, but anytime you can pick up a good tripod, and I can't even tell you what that's called, but the thing that attached to the camera, $5. When you pick one of these up for $5 in the case, it doesn't get any better than that. Now, like I said before, I stopped in really early, so I was there when people were still trying to set up. But I just walk in and ask them, and one person said, well, no, I don't have anything, but yeah, I guess I do have a couple games. So they're PC games, but they went in and got them specifically for me. So for $1 a piece, I thought I'd pick them up. And that's a pretty good game right there. Batman Arkham City for the PC. And then The Price is Right. Who doesn't like The Price is Right? I don't know what this game's like. You know what? I'm going to hook it up, try to play it, because I really do like Price is Right. One place I stopped, I can remember being at the same house a few years ago before I really started collecting video games, and Connor got a bunch of PlayStation 1 games for a pretty good price. So I looked around, didn't see anything right off, but the girl was right there, so I asked her, hey, you got any video games? And she said, oh, I got a few, but not very many left. Anyway, I picked up the following. I got PS3 Uncharted 2. You know what? The only system that I could think of that I don't have right off mainstream system is the PS3. I think that's the first game I've got for it. Connor's got one upstairs, and we got quite a few games in the house, but that's my first PS3 game. Now here's a couple games. Well, first I'll show you this one. Is just Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and I think they're all complete. And these two games, I love this series of games, the Spyro games. So I've got Spyro Enter the Dragon Greatest Hits Edition and Spyro Hero's Tale. Again, they're in great shape. both complete. Very happy to have them. So they didn't have prices on them. There's those 4 games. And I said to the girl, I said, well, what do you want for it? She said, $5 sound good? Can't beat that. So $5, I got those 3 games. 4 games. Those 4 games. The next kind of interesting pickup, I went to up to a guy who only had a couple small little tables there. There wasn't much there. And I just asked him, I said, so hey, I'm looking for video games. And he said, you know what? I've got a Nintendo in there, but I'm not parting with that. But I've got a couple other things. Let me go take a look. And what he came out with were 2 Master System games. And I was really kind of surprised. Now, I got Double Dragon and Hang On Safari Hunt. Just the games, just the carts. But that's fine. I was really happy to get them. I think I actually had both of them. But what he told me, he said, he told me that he had gotten them a few years ago and he sort of had them tucked away, but was waiting to get a system to play them. He figured he's never going to get a system, so he just get rid of them. I paid 50 cents each for it. How can you beat that? Now, right next to the guy who had the 2 Sega Master System games, there's a lady set up sort of like a little parking lot of a business, and you could tell that she was not a yard sailor like a lot of them, but more of like a flea market type setup. And I got talking to her, and I asked her if she had any video games, old retro games, and she said, no, I haven't got anything older than an Xbox. Well, I said, I love Xbox. I collect Xbox. So she said, I had to go get it. So she said, come back in half an hour, and we'll check it out. So she thought she had about 30 games. When I went back in an hour, she had a system, a few controllers, all the wires. There was probably 15 games there, but a lot of the stuff that I already had, a lot of real common sports games, etc., that I had already. And so I made her an offer, which she was a pro. She says, no, I go to the flea markets, the larger flea markets around the area, and I know I can get X amount for it. So I ended up only getting a few different games for her. But overall, I think I gave her $30, and this is what I got. I'm pretty happy with the pickup. Darkwatch. I don't know anything about this game. It's a mature rated game from Capcom, but complete in the box. It's not the best case in the world, but still pretty good. Can't beat that. I got 007, Everything or Nothing. Gotta love the James Bond games. I got the Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. I've heard nothing but positive about this game. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard nothing but positive things. And you know what? What? You see it quite inexpensive very, very often. I paid probably, well, I think I got 6 games altogether from that. So I paid $5 for it, Canadian. It's not really that bad. I got The Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Again, complete in box, in pretty good shape. 007 Agent Under Fire. So it's another 007 game. I don't know how many. I'll have to double check, see how many there are. I probably got most all of them now for this system. And the one that really got my attention most of all, Shenmue 2. And it isn't in the absolute greatest shape in the world, but the manual and the discs themselves are in excellent shape. And the DVD, Shenmue the movie, it's there. No problem. The case is intact inside. I could use that to trade for something more, one of the higher end games that I need. Like I said, I'm trying to work my way from the top to the bottom with Xbox. So this is a great thing to pick up. If I can pick this up for $5 and I could trade it for something that I would have bought for like 30 on eBay, I'm more than happy to do that. So really happy with that. Now, that's all the games I got from her, but it's sort of ironic that the night before I went down, I was looking at these on eBay thinking I'd like to pick one up. And there was one sitting right there in the bag. So when she didn't take the offer on the entire setup, when I did make her an offer for other stuff, I did ask for this specific. And I got myself a Duke controller. Now, I had an Xbox way back in 03 or whatever, but I got it later on, so I had the S controller. Here's the actual Duke controller. I think it's the first time that I've ever had one or tried to use one. Feels really good. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but overall, I was really, really happy with that pickup. So I know I'd been looking at the Duke controller that was just recently put out by, what is it, Retro 8-Bit? What is it, $60 or $70 it's for use on the Xbox One. But at the end of the day, I thought what I really wanted to have was something to go with my original Xbox collection. So to find this Duke controller, I was very, very happy. Well, guys, that's it for my pickups at the St. Andrews Townwide Yard Sale this year. I still have a few more pickups. Well, actually, a lot more pickups that I'm going to go over in the next couple videos, but that's good enough for today. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I thank you very much for spending some time with me here today. Take it easy, guys.
Ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
You're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?